Canada's rail workers could be headed towards a massive work stoppage. Barring a last-minute deal, the country's two largest railroad companies plan to lock out a total of almost 10,000 workers on Thursday. It'd be the first time both the Canadian National Railway and Canadian Pacific Kansas City have labor stoppages at the same time. Let's bring in Ken Hoexter to break this down. He's a senior transportation analyst at Bank of America. Ken, thanks for being here. What are the holdups in negotiations?
Well, thanks for having me, Lindsay, and happy end of August. You know, the holdups in the negotiations, it's somewhat hard to say what the real sticking point is, as the union hasn't really responded to the rail offers with specific counterproposals. They've just kept rejecting a couple offers as we've gone on over the last couple months. They've been at this since May, which was the original strike deadline. The rails have put a couple offers out publicly. They've even offered to go to binding arbitration, and the union has just rejected it, not come back with what it's wanted publicly. Typically, wages are the biggest point. Historical pattern is about 3.5% annual increases. In the U.S., the rail employees got about 4% per year over about 5 years. But in Canadian inflation, it's been a bit softer than the U.S. So that seems to be the range you're talking about. Another major issue is some of the work rule changes, which can cap some of the time that employees are away from home or the amount of work that they can do. And then the rails have to work through some of those inefficiencies. So finding a balance is key, but really nothing we've heard from the union on specific demands within that. But those are really the key issues: wages and work rule changes.
So just given that, it doesn't sound like you're too optimistic there's going to be a breakthrough here. I mean, is that an accurate representation of your feeling? And if there is a work stoppage, how would this impact Canadian and U.S. operations?
Great question on the operations. Yeah, well, let me start off with, I guess we're not confident we're going to see something until the deadline, which is August 22nd, next week. You know, the impact of this, you know, the Canadian rails move about $380 billion of goods a year. It's about $1 billion of goods each day. 50% of the goods moved by the Canadians are moved for export. So you're talking about a global network, integrated network here. You know, so there's really, you know, some of the stuff can see some modal shift. The stuff that's intermodal moves from ship to rail, rail to truck. That can move by truck in the interim. But the vast majority, things like grain, potash, coal, that will be delayed a couple days, not lost, if we get a return to work over a couple of days.
Do you see any scenario in which the Canadian government steps in?
I think that's really the scenario we're looking at, is where they're going to have to step in. It seems like up to this point, you haven't been able to get the parties to reach an agreement. They've offered to go to mandatory arbitration, which the union and the Canadian Labor Minister has declined so far. They could have intervened much earlier and gotten this over with. You made a key point. Never before have we seen both Canadian National and Canadian Pacific union contracts expire at the same time. This will be the first time that we have both rails potentially shutting down. That's impactful for the Canadian economy. You know, as I mentioned, it's about $1 billion worth of goods in Canada each day that move by rail. So you're really talking about a big impact for the Canadian economy. They don't want to be looked at, you know, on a global operation as having issues with their infrastructure. So this is something that, remember, you still have a Canadian minority government, operating government. So to get legislation, you're going to need two parties to come to an agreement. But that's what it's going to take to get to that mandatory arbitration and force this issue.
Ken Hoexter, thank you.